Hey everybody!
Hello explorers, we are live. We were rushing around trying to go crazy, trying to get everything set up. We were a little bit behind more than we wanted to be. But welcome everyone. And how are you guys doing today?
I'm doing fine.
So we're just going to make a little bit of small talk until we get a few more people on here. But
and we have playback again.
3 for 3. So how's your week been so far, Greg? Hi, Michelle Phillips.
It's been going good. Hey, Michelle. It's been going good. Just training and things like that at work. So
Paul Wilgus.
Everything's going good so far. Hey, Paul.
Yeah, Labor Day week, busy week. I work retail, and busy week for us. Even yesterday it was kind of busy. I had today off, but today I had to go to the doctor. So nothing major, just checking on my hips as I'm getting up there in age. And looks like we're getting a little bit more people on here. So as we get going, this is going to be our first segment of our DNG Explorers. And if you guys can see, Anchors Aweigh!
Woohoo!
So we are really excited about doing this. And as you can see, we have an anchor in the background too. So whenever you see in the titles, Anchors Aweigh, we're going to be alluding to that we're going to be doing cruise-related shows. We're planning on doing it every 2 weeks. So from 2 weeks from now, we're going to have our next cruise-related show. Next week, we're going to go back to a Disney park-related show. So our thoughts is we're fans of both. We love both. Ed Tolson Jr., hey, there are so many Traveling with Bruce family here. So we're going to talk about that. Tracy Dunlap, awesome. We got basically the whole chat is with the Traveling with Bruce fans. So next week is going to be Disney parks. This week is going to be cruise related. So again, we can't wait for that.
Yes, thank you, Steve's World. Have a good dinner.
Who else is on here? I think we're missing one more person that we didn't see.
Rob Fuzz just came back.
Rob Fuzz, all right.
And he said he'll be back.
All right, Rob, thank you. He's one of our moderators. Thank you so much.
I just spoke with Morty Mouse, and he's doing some family time right now, but he says hi, so that's awesome. We do thank him for the support and everybody else.
So if you're new to our channel, please consider subscribing to us. We are a newer, growing channel. We're coming up on our first year, so we've been really excited about that.
Rob says to donate, not donate, dedicate any burps to him.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, donate those burps. That's gross.
Yay, Ed Olson, thank you. So to recap, we had a drawing for our raffle, our 300 subscriber raffle, and the winners were Matthew and Lauren. And
so
they're from...
Congratulations again, Matthew and Lauren. We'll be sending it out to you this week, by the end of the week.
They're from Southern California, and I thought it was interesting. They just went on a Disney cruise, and they went from my home country, England. They left from
Thank you,
Dover.
Ed. We appreciate that.
Yeah, they left from Dover, so we're still catching up on their Disney cruise videos. But check out their channel, Matthew and Lauren. And...
well, we do have to say, we do have alcohol.
We are, since this is our first one and it's cruise related, and most people drink on a cruise.
Yeah, he went a little overboard, if you know what I mean, with this one.
This is
get it overboard.
A Corona Rita.
Anchors Aweigh.
A smaller. This isn't a full-size Corona bottle. Hey, Tom Henry.
Yeah, that's a pretty big drink to me.
Dilly dilly. We won't be drinking all the time because. Oh wait, you gotta drink. Not bad.
Oh, God.
Boo. Oh,
that's
Robert Plant.
Strong.
Hey. Awesome. So many Traveling with
He
Bruce
said
family.
booze, not boo.
Oh.
He's not booing us.
So you guys don't, if you can, hit the like button. That would be great
Hey,
for us.
Tom Henry, Brittany Lockwood.
These guys are all Traveling with Bruce fans.
Thank you very much for watching us.
Yeah, so a little bit about this channel. Especially for those for those of you who are more of the Disney fans, this is really a chance for you guys to learn a little bit more about what it is to cruise. The twins are in.
Oh.
Rob,
Crazy Rich Guy Travels.
Yes, and
Thank
Sandra
you.
D's in here too. this is a chance for you guys to learn a little bit more about cruising. We're not going to have all the latest information. We're going to interpret it in the D&G way, which hopefully is fun. We're going to be talking about news. The first thing that we're going to discuss is we are going on
Woohoo! Crazy Rich Guys. We are here in caps.
We are going on a group cruise with the Sea Cruisers in December.
Thank you, Tracy Dunlap. Thank you very much.
So we are going to discuss a little bit what's been going on with that. And then we're going to go into we're going to have a little, well, we'll talk about that one in a little bit. But, and then we're going to start doing...
Even I'm lost on that one. I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't even go there.
Yeah. When I say it, you know what I mean. And then we're going to go into news. The news won't be brand new, but it'll be new.
Brand new?
Brand new. And then we're going to go into our subject of today, which is going to be Disney Cruise or...
Walt Disney World parks.
Or any parks, because you can even do this on the West Coast. Find the doorway must be by...
I have my drink of choice. Buy me a vanilla Coke for those who are in the Traveling with Bruce show. I am still drinking the same one I got during the show. Good job, Brittany. Add some alcohol to that.
So, those of you who want to know a lot about cruising, we are part of the Traveling with Bruce family. Traveling with 2 L's in it if you look them up, and I'm gonna, once this video is done, we're gonna put their channel into it. But if you want all the latest information, if you want help with anything with cruising, he is the site to go to. He does 8 shows a week, and he doesn't do a show on Sunday, so he does a lot of shows. On Monday through Saturday he has a show where they're talking about news, the latest things. Topics can go from anything, which the people in his chat room can attest to. And he also has trivia on Tuesday and Thursday nights. So definitely check him out. A lot of information from his channel. Definitely go there and see who he is, what it's about. Anyone who's novice, even experienced cruise fans, check his site out. Traveling with Bruce. So he's an awesome guy. We also was in
Very fun.
We were in a collaboration video with him with some other YouTubers, so that was very fun, and we were honored to be a part of that show.
Well, enjoy your drink without alcohol, Brittany. She doesn't drink alcohol.
Welcome.
Sandra said, just got off of a Carnival cruise, and I love the Miami Vice. I'd go on a cruise literally just for those. Yummy. Haven't had one, but I gotta try it now.
That's awesome. Welcome, Kenny from Alpha Traveler 1. He is one of our moderators, so thank you for showing up tonight and helping us out. I'll drink hers. So, Kenny, just to let you know, we have a lot of people here from our other channel
Happy Wednesday.
We like to work with. It's Traveling with Bruce. A lot of these people on here, and the subjects can go all over the place, so just be prepared. It's all in good fun. It is a family channel after all, but
yes.
very fun.
That's why we try not to drink too much. I
yes.
keep saying,
So
we do have some kids fans that watch us, actually, that we found out when we went on Castaway Cay. We met some of them, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
here we are.
Sometimes.
Our next big cruise is going to be in December, which, believe it or not, it's only 87 days away. That's not that far at all.
Yeah, it's coming up fast.
So some of the things, in case you guys have never gone on a group cruise, we're going to kind of bring you along. This isn't our group cruise. We are going with the Sea Cruisers. They're one of the channels that we've been watching probably for about 2 years. And when we were watching them, they're one of the channels that really made us feel that we were comfortable that we could go on a cruise. For example, would we fall off a cruise ship? Would I fall off a cruise ship? Because I'm a klutz.
If you fall off a cruise ship, there's an issue. Those barriers are pretty high, so
and I'm pretty
compared
short,
to height, there you go.
Yes. So they are a good channel, and we're very excited to be able to go on a group cruise with them. So we're going to kind of bring you
like and hit that bell.
We're going to bring you along on our journey with them, and kind of tell you what's been going on. So the way Norwegian does it, because it's a Norwegian cruise, we actually, because we booked on the cruise later, we had to do our final payment in August. It was like August 3rd it was due. for the other ones
So we
earlier.
made our payment on my birthday actually.
In July,
so yeah,
she was going on another group cruise.
So that was the last time we could have done it.
The rest of the cruise people that are going on it, they had to do it on by September 4th. So there was 2 different times because I guess Norwegian changed their time frame when they were going on when you have to do your final payment for the cruise. So at this point, we've been active on their Facebook page which is closed just for the people going on a cruise. So that's been exciting. A lot of information on it. We are more familiar with a Disney cruise. We've been on 2 Disney cruises, so we can speak.
I've never been on a
Fairly
non-Disney
comfortable,
cruise.
yeah.
Derek has, but I haven't. So
Well-
I'm really going to be comparing this to Disney a lot, I think, which probably isn't fair, but that's all I know. So
Before Disney had a cruise, they had a cruise line. The official cruise line was Premier Cruise Line. That's the cruise line I went on. It was back in 1993, so I'm really showing my age here. And so it was a Disney-related one, but it wasn't a Disney cruise. Some of the interesting things that we found out from the Norwegian cruises, they don't have self-washing washing machines, meaning you can't walk up and have your clothes washed. They do have laundry services available, but you have to pay for that. On the Disney cruise, they didn't have that. So we're going on a 7-night cruise. We're going on a... Oh, that's what you just said. I'm reading our own comment. We're going on a 7-night cruise. Our thought was we were going to wash our clothes halfway through it so we wouldn't have to take as much.
And we will answer your question, Alpha Traveler, in just a moment.
Sure, go ahead. There's a good chance to do it.
You said they said where is the port of call?
Port of call, we're going to start in Miami. So it starts in early December. I can't think of the date right now, but early December we're starting. We're going to leave Miami.
There's only 3 port of calls, right?
Only 3.
The rest were on the ocean.
So 2 sea days, then we're going to go to St. Thomas. We're hoping to meet up with you, Robert Brandt, and possibly the 2 crazy rich guy travels. If they might scare us. They might run us to the ground. But we're going to meet them in St. Thomas.
I don't think you'll scare us.
And then we're going to be in Tortola the next day. We have another sea day, and then we got Nassau, and I think we come back to port. So 3 ports that we're going to, and we go back to Miami.
Crazy Rich Guy says that's what we do. Bring a little and buy a lot.
So yeah, we're really looking forward to that.
We tend to bring a lot and buy a lot, so we need an extra luggage. So...
So some of the things that is unique to the Bliss, they have go-karts on the top of their ship and also a laser tag. So there's been on the Facebook Sea Cruisers page, there's been a lot of smack talking about who's going to win the race, and we haven't really talked about laser tag, but...
that's what I want to do more is laser tag. I might do 1 or 2 of the go-karts, but I really like laser tag, so that'd be fun to do, I think.
I think they said that it's about $10 now to go on not 1 lap, but whatever you want to call it for that, and it's
1 course,
and I think it's around $100 for the entire cruise.
I don't think I'll be doing that.
Yeah,
I want to do other things too on the ship. So
and then
depends how fun it is.
We won't know for sure because the first day of the cruise is when you can start booking those. We couldn't do that so far. So the rest of the things we've been doing is with Amy, who's from Sea Cruisers. You can
There's
do
that burp for you, Rob.
I held off on it.
I haven't done one yet.
And
I don't plan
to. So our package includes 4 restaurants, so 4 nights at an upgraded restaurant. We have also the drink package, so we're getting practice in for that. We'll talk more about that later. But with Amy, the good thing about the group cruise, she offers something that we can do. So if you want to go on shore excursions, if we're going to go to a show on a night, but you don't have to do it. So if you want to do it, you can. If not, then you don't. It's Disney Legend R. Johns. So traveling with Bruce fans that are here, R. Johns is a Disney legend, and he has no channel content, but he has a lot of subscribers just because he's everywhere with the Disney family. So welcome, R. Johns. I really appreciate you coming and showing up.
Yeah, thank you. Brittany says, I have a few bucket list group cruises. I want to do Sea Cruisers and a Traveling with Bruce one as well. Crazy Rich Guy Travel says, burp, take a drink. I'll try to just for you guys.
Yes. So we have already booked, since we've already paid off our cruise.
Hey, Just Life of Ours. Thanks for joining us.
It's June and Rachel.
Oh, they're playing a
Welcome, guys.
game with the kids. We'll try to play the game and listen. We appreciate it. But if you can't do both, we understand.
Yes. So our 4 restaurants that we chose, our upgraded restaurants, we're joining 3 nights on with the Sea Cruisers and the rest of them. So one of them is a teppanyaki dinner. Another one is a Italian dinner, no, French. And then I think it's a steakhouse is another one. We decided on one night to go our own because we didn't.
To the seafood.
Yeah.
That's my favorite food, so I'm looking forward to that.
Ocean Blue is the name of the seafood restaurant we're going to.
Sounds really good.
Cagney's is the name of one of the group ones, and I can't remember what the name of the French style restaurant, but I want to try escargot. It was really good on the Disney cruise, so we're hoping that it's going to be really good on the Norwegian cruise. And then the drink package, it's a little bit scary, I will admit. We don't drink a lot. I mean, this is our celebration one. We're trying...
Tom said Le Bistro is a must.
That's
what
it.
He meant.
Yes,
he put cuss,
it
but
is.
He means must.
We are trying to get into Speedo shape. So we have 87 days to get into Speedo shape.
Okay.
One of the things is cutting out alcohol, which we don't drink a lot anyway. But the scary thing is...
And we're not starting on the right foot here.
This is a celebration.
Every day is a celebration for you.
You got to celebrate life. It comes to $89 a day is what the drink package is. That's a lot of drinks. I don't think I could
round
drink...
as the shape be round.
I don't think I could drink $89 worth of alcohol a day when you compare. They're probably about $10 a drink. I won't be drinking.
I'd end up
$89.
in the Shape Infirmary, or the Ship Infirmary, whatever they call it. That's alcohol poisoning for me.
Yeah, but the thing is, where they normally get you with the drink packages, you still have to pay for the gratuities or the tax on it. Because we were on I think it's because we were on a group cruise, but they did have a cutoff. We had to do it booked by May 31st. We don't have to pay the gratuities. So the tax gratuities, we don't have to worry about that for that. So that's a really cool thing. So don't be laughing.
The way you're gratuities.
Gratuity. But so we're looking for a lot of fun with this. We're going to keep you along on it. So talking about the Speedo, I want to lose 10 pounds. Greg, you said you wanted to lose 40 pounds?
What the heck? Excuse me? No, I said I wanted to be like at 175 in muscle, which would probably take a while, but I don't really have much that I need to lose.
I think both of us don't. We just want to firm up.
Yeah, so, well, tone up is the word you want to use, but yes, so have a drink. But yeah, so we just want to look a little better for ourselves, and just, to feel more comfortable, I think.
It's bad enough that we're going to blind them with our whiteness anyway.
I'm not wearing a Speedo.
So, 50 pounds here, Thomas Henry. Yeah, it's all good fun, but we're trying to get into shape for that. I'm down to 152.5, so I've already lost in like a week. And I don't know how I've done it.
It's
so
awesome.
Maybe just trying to say I'm trying to lose weight is going to do it. But I want to be about 145, 147.
So Sandra said, just purchased the drink package on Carnival to make it worth it. In addition to fun beverages, I had to add 2 bottles of water, 2 Diet Cokes, 1 specialty coffee, and 1 shake per day. $51.95. Bam. Bam.
Wow. It's so interesting. One thing you learn, guys, if you haven't gone on a cruise before, every cruise line does things a little bit different, and that's
especially Disney.
Yeah, and that's part of the fun.
I like Disney a lot.
It's good joining a group like Traveling with Bruce because they're very helpful in terms of there's a lot of experience out there. I personally never wanted to travel on Carnival before, but now the more I'm familiar with it, I hear a lot of bad things about Carnival. The one things I give them kudos about is if something goes wrong, they are very quick about fixing something. And to me, that means that they take care of their customers. So that's really cool. So Wishing Mouse, hey guys,
Wishing Mouse.
So what are the comments that have been coming through, Greg, so we can get caught up on that?
I've been reading them. Crazy Rich Guy Travels says, we love Carnival. I'm sorry, I keep thinking of Crazy Rich Asians, the movie. Every time I see your name, I almost said Crazy Rich Asians. Because there is a movie out called that right now, which looks pretty cool. Dilly. So if I say it or almost say it, I apologize. So, but yeah, I think I've been keeping up on everybody's comments. Crazy Rich Guy Travels say, we are in Speedo shape. So, well, that's good to know.
Like Michelle Phillips said something about she likes Carnival a lot more.
I've never been on a non-Disney cruise ship, so I'm looking forward to trying. So there's going to be a lot of comparison with Disney and non-Disney. Every time we've gone on a Disney cruise and we see other ships, you can see how some of those ships aren't as clean on the outside as Disney are. We critique it a little bit, which we shouldn't because we're not on the ship, but a lot of people think that Disney is like, the highest level of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Class.
Yeah, entertainment class.
Yeah.
So,
well, the cool thing is
it'll
we're
be something
going
new for me.
Comparing another cruise line. We're going on a brand new ship, which I believe just launched in April. So it's going to be really new. So comparing a brand new ship to Disney, the last ship we went on was a Disney Magic in March. That ship has been around for 20 years. So we're comparing that, and we were on a Dream before that, which is one of the newer ones. It's probably about 7 years old. I think it launched. I could be wrong. It's no more than 10, 15 years old.
So Crazy Rich Guy Travel say we were just on a 2-week Europe cruise. That's very nice. And it was all old people, older people. So some younger work for us. And wishing Mouse our Disney adventures. Hey, so
Awesome.
Yeah, looks like we're hi at Rob Fuzz. Okay. So Rob Fuzz, I think he's back. I haven't seen him in a while, but he said he'll be back.
Awesome. So we're going to start with our news portion of it. Again, this won't be groundbreaking, but some of this actually we just found out today. So we're looking forward to sharing this with you. A downscale. So Disney, as was announced, they're building not one, not two, but 3 cruise ships.
Robert says, guys, I think 25 is old. Yeah, I'm not old. He's not old either.
Hey, welcome. More sunshine, please. How you doing? So 3 new ships from Disney. They're going to be building them in 2021, 2022, and 2023. To kind of tell you about the size of it, they're not going to be that much bigger than the Dream class ships. The Dream class ships are going to be the Dream and the Fantasy. I know this is kind of hard to really imagine in terms of tonnage, but the Disney Dream class is 130,000 tons. The newer ones, which they haven't named yet, are 135,000 tons. They have the same amount of staterooms, so it's just going to be a little bit bigger. They haven't been imagined yet, so there's no idea really what's going to happen. But they're basically going to be the same ships with just a little bit bigger ship of it. You compare that, where do Disney ships fit in? Because those are the 2 bigger ships of the Disney. They're larger than the Magic class, which is the Magic and the Wonder. I don't remember those tonnage off the top of my head, but they are quite a bit bigger, the Dream classes. The biggest ship in the world is the Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas.
That looks awesome. I would love to do that one day.
That is 228,000 tons, almost 100,000 tons more.
Makes you wonder how those things even float on the water. You think they just go right to the bottom.
But
that's pretty
imagine
big
this:
there.
the Disney cruise, if double occupancy, of course.
Awesome, Sandra.
Some you can fit
She's
more.
booked for it in January.
Oh wow! Some you can fit more, but just say it's double occupancy. You're looking at 2,500 passengers on a Disney cruise ship. On the Symphony of the Seas, you're talking about 5,518 passengers if it's double occupancy. I don't know. Would you guys want to go on a cruise with almost 6,000 passengers on it? That's just passengers. That's not even the crew in there too.
And you won't even see half of those people.
No,
you probably won't even see half of that ship.
Yeah, so Disney is good sized ships. They're not small. When we've been on them, we've never gone up to a ship and think we're a little tugboat. They're good size, and in a lot of cases, they're even taller than a lot
half
of
the
other
time
ships.
You start weeping anyway before we even get on the ship. When we go on the Disney cruises,
I'm a dork.
Because it's so magical. You're not a dork. You're a big kid at heart, just like me, and we have a lot of fun, and there's nothing wrong with that.
So, in preparations for the 3 new ships, Disney needs more room, I guess, for entertainment, a different island. So, of the 3 ships, 2 of them are slated to go to Port Canaveral. You already have most of the Disney cruise ship leaving from Port Canaveral anyway on some, not all the time, but they go there. They're building a second Port Canaveral terminal. The third ship of the new one apparently is going to go to Miami, where it's going to sail for the all year round. So 3 new ships going into the Caribbean a lot more. Right now they only have Castaway Key, which means it's going to be really, really busy over there.
Are they supposed to do a second island at some point?
Boom, and that's it. So as of August 31st, I'll be reading my notes here. The Disney Cruise Line presented a development proposal for the Lighthouse Point site to the Bahamas Chambers of Commerce and Employers Confederation, also known as a BCCEC. So they're doing it because, like I said, it's pretty much at capacity. So Disney went over there to discuss a lot of stuff, what the plans were going to be, but also included how the public can access it, as well as conservation objectives. So Disney is looking forward already, looking ahead to what they can do with adding a second one. And if anyone's been to Castaway Key, it is amazing. We've only gone to Key West, Nassau, and Castaway Key. And
oh, I had my first burp.
Castaway Key is awesome. So we're looking forward another themed island that Disney is going to do. So
hopefully I made crazy rich guys proud. And also Robert said Harmony of the Seas is almost 7,000. It's huge.
Wow. Is that including passengers or also with the crew? Because that's, I know sometimes like the totals I gave were just for passengers. It wasn't with the crew. So our next one is which is pretty interesting. You don't have a whole
burp count one.
You don't have a whole lot of new cruise lines coming. It's pretty rare that you get a new cruise line. Virgin.
He meant passengers.
Passengers. Wow.
So that's not even including the crew.
Yeah. Virgin Cruises announced Sir Richard Branson. This is what he says. We plan to shake up the cruise industry and deliver a holiday, which is an English word, so vacation, that customers will absolutely love. They'll be sailing on the latest ships, offering a great quality, a real sense of fun, and many exciting activities, all delivered with the famed Virgin service. So I'm actually really looking forward to what they're going to do, how they're going to present it. The one thing which is interesting, it's the first cruise which is adult only. So age 18 is a cutoff. So it's going to be geared towards people who've never gone sailing before, first-time cruisers. But what do you guys think? Would you want to go on an adult-only cruise, or do you think having children around is part of the fun? I know Richard Branson, just in general, his level of service and what they look at is top-notch. So the ships are going to be a little bit smaller. The first ship is going to be called the Scarlet Lady. The ships are going to be a silverish gray, the hull is. And it's going to have the famed Virgin logo on it in red. And I believe they showed a picture of it with a mermaid on it too. And that's going to be on.
They're all after. They all have the word lady in them, according from what you were telling me.
Yeah. So it's. I can only imagine.
We wants the Scarlet Lady. We wants the redhead. Bring back the original. It's
actually going to be smaller than the Disney ships. It's 110,000 tons. Disney Dream is 130, and there's going to be 2,860 passengers. So smaller ship, a lot more intimate setting, and it looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. Their ships, there are 3 new ships, 2020, 2021, and 2022. The Scarlet Lady is going to be based out of Miami, and they haven't announced the other 2 ships that they're doing. What's that?
Robert Brandt said no kids laugh out loud, and Crazy Rich Guy that travels says what?
They'll be off at college. So the last news is, and this is a little bit serious, but also there's a whole point of this, but a couple of weeks ago, again, this isn't new news, a British passenger went overboard on a cruise in the Adriatic Sea off Croatia. It was the Norwegian Star. Thomas, did I say that right? I believe it's the Norwegian Star. And she was in the water for about 10 hours. And before she was rescued by the Coast Guard. She owes her luck to practicing yoga and singing to not feel the cold. And she also said that during, I believe it was during the night, the ships were passing and she would wave to them, but they didn't see her. So one of the things is, luck was on her side, was the water was calm and it was actually warmer than normal. So really interesting, but then they came out with saying that apparently they felt she jumped overboard on purpose. And it's really been interesting.
Skill said, why'd she jump? But
There's
we didn't want to go
lot.
too into it. But
Yeah, it's kind of funny reading the comments. There were either people really upset with her. There were people that were upset that people were showing
a lot of delays,
human
and money
facet of it. But I just imagine her, whatever, if she jumped on purpose or not, she wanted to survive because she was in the water for 10 hours and she was treading water and swimming for 10 hours.
I just don't know why someone would jump off to begin with.
I just put myself in her mind and seeing ships passing by and knowing you're in the water. To me, I'm terrified of sharks, and I would be terrified of that in general.
Well, you wouldn't do that to begin with.
No,
so.
I wouldn't. But the interesting thing is, NCL, it cost them $600,000 to kind of look for her.
No, you can't easily fall off downscale. You actually have to
do it.
And there was video up.
Yeah, there's video of her purposely doing it. Apparently. But also some of the passengers missed flights, and there was a lot of people that were upset with the people that missed flights because they were making comments that they felt they should pay for it. The whole point of this is you never know what's going to happen on a cruise, whether it's weather related, it could be anything. The smartest thing is get travel insurance. Yeah. And we're actually looking for that right now for our cruise because anything can happen.
For different reasons and stuff.
Different reasons. So.
But as far as jumping off, there's barriers. They usually have glass, plus they have the barrier, so you really have to
make a point. Put
yourself in that position for it to happen. So
that was my fear.
And that's what she did.
That was my fear when we were going on the cruise is how if there's anyone that will do something where they'll trip over nothing.
Life for ours. Thank you for coming back.
It'll be me. And so
so
that's where I was going into. But it is really hard. You would really have to make a point to do it in order for it to happen.
It's almost impossible.
Yeah, unless something bizarre happens. But that is the news of it. And so we are going to begin with our first part, which is Anchors Aweigh. And it is a Disney cruise or a Disney park.
Yep. And really quick, so I can go back to the comments, because I had to go to Facebook really quick because I couldn't remember what I saved. But there are 7 top things we love about taking a Disney cruise. So number 7 would be cleanliness. Excuse me, that's a big one. They are by far the cleanliest ship that I've ever been on.
You've only been on
excuse me, I'm so sorry. And I've only been on Disney cruises, so I will probably still say that just based off of what I've heard from on other ships. But in my mind, I think they're pretty clean. They're always there for you, whatever you need. Number 6 is onboard entertainment. So I would really think that their entertainment is probably the best out of anybody. The last one we had, we didn't go to it, but it was like a variety show act. And we saw the guy several times throughout the ship at the same bar cafe area. But we missed his show, but he was like a juggler and stuff. I think it was more for adults on that one.
He had a family show too, though.
Yeah, number 5 is the kids club. So for those cruises that aren't adult only, you have kids clubs for them. Where adults aren't allowed, you have an open house. You can put your kids in there and go, have fun, and rest assured that your kids are being watched.
Some kids don't like them. Some kids love them, and it gives a chance for the parents to kind of have their vacation, and the kids hang out with other kids at their age.
They even have party clubs for kids, so, And then number 4 is the cast members. They go above and beyond for you no matter what, If you need extra pillows, need robes, if you need to be more comfortable, whatever they can do for you, and also the room service is included with your package. So if you want room service, you can order whatever you want. We tried it on the Magic, and that was pretty fun. But they're always there for you. And number 3 is the food. The food is awesome. That's probably the number 1 reason why you would go on a Disney cruise, or any cruise in my mind anyway. One of the biggest ones. And then number 2 for Disney is characters. They have characters throughout. We saw Goofy, I think Stitch, Mickey, Minnie, all the favorites. So they're always out there for kids and adults.
They didn't have Scrooge.
Yeah, they don't have Scrooge. They might have Scrooge when we go on the fantasy for Christmas time. That'd be awesome, I think.
Maybe.
You'll be taking a whole photo shoot with him. Like, get out of my way, kids. This is my time. No. Number 1 is Castaway Cay. That is my number 1, I think, and probably yours too, because there's so much you can do. There's so many cool excursions and things. So if you haven't been on a Disney cruise, that is a big plus, is Castaway Cay. It's really awesome, and we have some videos on that in case you are interested in watching.
So there's so much that you can look at when you compare Disneyland. When you compare a Disney cruise to the Disney parks. Again, this could be relevant to going out of Disneyland and going to their parks, and going on a cruise from the LA port, or going on the East Coast. So we looked at planning, how similar that they are to each other. We looked at the equivalent of the cost of the room, like certain levels, like a value hotel in Walt Disney World, a value, deluxe, and a moderate hotel. So we looked at those prices, and then we also looked at the similarities of differences. So we didn't want to add a whole lot because, again, you can look at it a lot different ways. We chose it like we would choose to cruise, but we try to make them the same, how much they would cost on it. So
really quick, because I couldn't see the comments. So This Life of Ours said they never leave their kids, which is fine. You know, we understand that. I understand that, of course, too. So, let's see.
Brittany Lockwood made a comment about, I don't know if it was falling off. It was further up.
Yeah, she said she didn't want to break another bone. It's very hard to fall off those ships, to be honest. This Life of Ours, we went on the Dream, and we order room service every night. That's awesome. We've only been on that. That was our first cruise.
That's our favorite cruise so far.
Yeah. There was, Robert, what age do you think is suitable for on Disney cruises? I think, you know, from what you can remember, maybe 2 or 3 years old going forward. I mean, for your own memories, and maybe when they grow up, you can bring babies on there too and have them take pictures with the characters and have them see it later. But for a child to remember, maybe 2 or 3. I mean, I can remember far back as maybe 5 or 6. So
for me, I'd probably say 5, because if I had a child at 5, I mean, they're good memories to go earlier, but I think 5 is a good age for kids to go to Disney parks and on a Disney cruise.
And Tracy, they do have their own dock. They do dock at Castaway Cay. You don't have to be tendered in. So you just get off the boat and you walk right onto the island. So it's pretty cool.
It's awesome. So, are any other comments?
Tom Henry just got back from booking a November 2019 cruise. PCC call, I'm not sure what that is. Robert, we will both be there end of November 2019 on the Gem. This Life of Ours, we don't have family out here, so we take them everywhere. I do let them walk around the parks with each other. Well, that's awesome. Robert, so 643 are the grandkids. You think it works? Yeah. I think that would work. Yeah. So
they even have a nursery on board of the Disney ships, so they have a lot to take care of it.
And This Life of Ours, when you're on Castaway Cay, you can do the 5K for free. And Robert Brandt, yes, lots of people meeting me this fall. We didn't do the 5K. I think
we're too tired.
Yeah, we were. So I think right when it was ending, we did our bike ride with us two, and then our 2 friends that went with us. It was their first time going on it or on any Disney cruise, so it was a lot of fun. What were you going to say?
All right, so we're going to look at planning and kind of timetables in terms of how far in advance you can book. So I chose a date. Well, we'll go into that a little bit later, but currently, if you wanted to, as far out as you can, Walt Disney World, you can book through December 2019 with the final payment due 30 days before you go. On a cruise, currently right now, you can book through 2020. Now, there wasn't a whole lot of cruises available for 2020, but they're pretty much the same. A lot of cruises were available in 2019. In fact, our cruise is December 2019 that we're going on the Fantasy. I think we're leaving on Pearl Harbor Day, the 7th, is when we're leaving on the Fantasy.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Yep. Tora. If you are booking, so final payment for Walt Disney World is 30 days beforehand. On a cruise, it depends on what level you
cool,
are.
Tom, thank you.
It depends what level you are. Now, if I remember right, our very first cruise, we had to pay it off 75 days before we went on the cruise, which is the last one on it. If you're a silver member, which means you've completed one cruise, you have to pay it off by your 90th day before the cruise. A gold member is when you completed your 5th cruise, 105 days before. And platinum is when you've completed your 10th cruise, it's 120 days before. So you might think it's odd that the higher up you go, you have to pay earlier your cruise off, but there's benefits of it. That means when you pay off your cruise, you can actually book stuff. You can book excursions. You can book cabanas, which are very popular at Castaway Cay.
That's what I like to do.
The higher level ones get first priority of those, so you can imagine the people who
different
are
levels.
at the high level compared to the ones that are booking 75 days, they're not going to have the opportunities and choices of the other ones that have that cruise more frequent.
You should explain the levels, at least the different colors.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yep, silver, gold, and platinum.
Oh,
so
sorry.
silver
I
is
didn't
after you
realize.
completed your first cruise. Gold is after you completed your 5th cruise, and platinum is completed 10 cruise. Your 10th cruise. Also, with your 10th cruise, you get a free dinner at Palo, which is an amazing restaurant. Every Disney ship has Palo, which is in honor of the shipyard that they were built in, because they were built in, the first one was built in Italy. So it's in honor of the gondolas, the pole that you use in Venice. So it's named after that, but all the Disney ships have the Palo restaurant. Dining and other reservations. So Walt Disney World is very unique. You have 100 days, which is 6 months before you go on your trip, that you can actually make reservations for it. For fast passes, which people might not be aware, fast pass is basically you can get on a ride quicker. You can sign up for it. It'll tell you what time to come back between this time and this time, and you can go onto that ride in a fast pass line instead of waiting by the standby. It saves you a lot. You can get on the ride in maybe 10-15 minutes compared to a standby line, which could be 2 to 3 hours. So you can book if you're staying on a Walt Disney World property, 60 days in advance, which is 3 months.
Disney
2
Life
months.
of Ours said, or you guys have a wedding on the ship for $3,000 and you get the platinum benefits.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool.
I would imagine with that much money that you should get some kind of bonus for that.
You would hope.
Yeah. For a Disney cruise, you can't book anything until you pay off your cruise. So whatever level you are, once you pay off your cruise, then you can do your dining, you can do your excursions. So it's a little bit different in terms of the timetables on that.
So Disney Life of Ours, this is the medal that we got in Paris.
Go closer.
And it has the 3 fairies from Sleeping Beauty. And then we just added our own other things to it from the trip. I'm not doing a very good job of showing it, but that's a smaller version of it. So if anyone ever gets a chance to do that, that's pretty cool.
These can cause bodily harm.
Yeah,
I mean, these are solid.
It's pretty good heavy metal there.
The Castaway Cay one is free, but I think it's like, isn't it This Life? Isn't it a rubber one? But yeah, that was probably our funnest day at when we did our Disneyland Paris one.
Yeah.
So, kind of comparing it to the price, because no matter what, if you guys stay on Disney property, if you're like us, we're West Coast boys. When we travel to Disney World, we have to stay in a Disney hotel if we want to. You can stay obviously off. So this is for when we looked at the cost. We compared a trip from September 28th through 7 nights through October 4th. So we used them for both the cruise and we used them for both stays in Walt Disney World, and I just did my second one. So we looked at so if you stayed, so also to remember, on a Disney cruise, food is not free, but it's included with the cost, because a lot of people say it's not free, you have to pay for it. It is included on the case of drink.
I've been drinking, Robert.
It is included on the
halfway
cost.
done.
So what we
I should
figured
probably take
is
this out.
if you went on a Disney cruise, we're looking at not doing any excursions, because in a lot of ports you can just get off the ship and just walk around. It depends where you are. It depends where you are. So our parameters were Disney cruise, just basically on the cruise. All the food included. They have rotational dining, and no excursions added into it. So the excursions are going to cost more. For the Disney, since food is included in the Disney cruise, for the parks, we added the deluxe dining plan, because that would be the closest to what you would experience on a cruise ship. So the deluxe dining plan, we've never done that, by the way. All the times that we've stayed in Walt Disney World, we've never done it because we don't think we could eat that much. But you get, I'll try to remember off the top of my head, you get 3 either counter service or dine-in restaurants. You get 2 snacks. You get a mug, and you get a drink package, which is everything minus alcohol, which is pretty much what you get on a Disney cruise ship. Sodas are included, the alcoholic drinks are. So we compared it with those. So for Pop Century, if you're going to stay at Pop Century for 7 nights, this would include a 6-day park hopper, because for us, when we travel, if we leave California at 6 a.m. in the morning, we don't get to Florida until like 5 o'clock, depending on the average, about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We're not going to go to the park on the first day, where it's just basically a travel day. So this includes a 6-day park hopper with the deluxe dining meal at Pop Century, which is a value resort, which we stayed at twice, and we've really liked it. We bumped it with a Disney cruise, and
yeah, it's a pretty fun resort, actually.
The cost would be $34.90, so $3,434.90. That's for staying at a
and then you split it up between however many people.
Correct. It was a little bit, but that's for 2 people. This is also for 2 people. If you stayed at a moderate hotel, which is Port Orleans Riverside, which we have done before, you're looking at, with the 6-day park hopper and the Disney deluxe dining meal, you're looking at $4,079.52. For the Contemporary, which is a deluxe hotel, you're looking at, again, with the 6-day park hopper, with the Disney deluxe dining plan, $5,418.28. Again, Disney is expensive. Everyone says that a Disney cruise is expensive. Well, for 7 nights, and this is really what we're going on, we're on the Disney Fantasy. We're going at a different time of year, so I don't remember exactly what we paid for it, but it's pretty close to this. 7-night cruise with ports, leaving Port Canaveral, which is close to Orlando. You're going to visit Cozumel, Mexico, Georgetown, Grand Cayman, Falmouth, Jamaica, and then Disney's private island, Castaway Cay. If you are, so they kind of have it like a value, moderate, and deluxe. If you are on an inside cabin, it's $3,009.86. If you have
a little cheaper,
an ocean view, you have $3,149.86. So the difference is an inside cabin, you're in a room with no windows.
Yeah.
Although some of them,
I couldn't do that. Those things are pitch black.
Yeah, but some of them have the virtual reality portholes.
Yeah.
And it shows you what's going on outside, which a lot of people do.
Mind.
And then
we
the
like
ocean,
the veranda.
The ocean view has a window that you can see outside. And then there's a veranda, which Greg and I
That's
like.
The best.
That is $3,709.86.
You have nothing to block you. You just see the open ocean. I mean, of course, you have your barrier where you can't fall off the ship, but it's way worth the money. If you have the money just to pay a little bit more for that kind of a view, it's awesome. It's well worth it.
So again, there's different prices within it, but the big thing is we usually choose midship because I get motion sickness a lot. Midship, you're not, because you figure if the ship's going this way or even that way, midship you're center, so you don't get as sick as much.
The Disney trip that we're going to be going on, This Life of Ours, it's next December in 2019, but we're going on a non-Disney this December, so...
our next 2 cruises
Fantasy
are
next
on
year.
Norwegian. So
Oh yeah, and then there's one in September. I totally forgot about that one.
Next year. Yeah,
I can't look that far ahead, but the Disney ones, I can remember that.
Yeah. So again, price. So to summarize, Walt Disney Resort, Pop Century, $3,400. Port Orleans, $4,000. Contemporary, $5,400. The Fantasy, you're looking at a range from $3,000 to $3,700, depending on inside room to veranda. So it actually is cheaper, even though people say a Disney cruise is more expensive. They're saying it more expensive for staying compared to other Disney or other cruises. But people who are Disney fans that might think, oh, should I go on a Disney cruise? If you're already used to going to Disney and it's more expensive anyway, you find out it's a little bit less going on a Disney cruise. So
yeah, Dis Life of Ours said that it would have been cool if it was the same cruise. Let's see. So I don't know if they're going on a. Oh, we have room with a veranda also. It's just pretty to sit outside. I'm not sure which one they're going on, but
awesome.
Robert said they get the Bliss at Paul Wilgus, and they're going away Christmas break. Time to get a job.
Oh, cool.
Oh, you must be talking about the twins. I'm like, wait, what?
So to kind of the last two things that we're going to over, guys. So some of the similarities between the Disney parks and the Disney cruise. One, you got Disney characters on land
and sea.
And sea, yeah. So even when you go to Castaway Cay has Disney characters there. So it's really cool to
yes,
to do
buffets.
That.
Yum.
Another thing which is similar is Disney Entertainment. So not only do they have shows, which is cool, is every ship has, some of the shows might be the same, but like the last one we went on, we saw Tangled. It was a kind of like a Broadway show.
That was pretty fun.
And we also
actually saw all of them, I think.
Twisted Cinderella, not Twisted Cinderella.
It's not Twisted Sister. It's Twisted. It's
Tale.
like a Twisted Tale on Cinderella.
Yeah.
It's almost, if you saw Cinderella 3, the cartoon version, it's kind of like that, where the wicked stepmother gets a hold of the wand, I think, and kind of turns back time and to what she wanted to happen and stuff, and then it just goes from there.
Yeah, so they have that
the same thing.
And Disney Cruise Line is the only cruise line which is allowed to shoot fireworks out in the ocean.
And interesting fact is that they actually turn into fish food once they hit the ocean.
Oh yeah.
So they're made out of biodegradable type material where fish can actually eat it. So
I forgot about that.
It's good for the environment also.
So similarities, they both offer a variety of food options. So you think about, now we're talking about Walt Disney World property, just think about how many different places you can eat at, from Disney Springs to all the 4 Disney parks. There are so many options that you can eat at there. And it's also on this Disney cruise. Disney cruise is unique because you have rotational dining. What that means is you'll be at the same table number. So say we're at table number 76. We'll be in one restaurant, and then the next night we'll be at table 76 in another. Our waiters travel with you, so every night you're at the same
really
table
cool.
in a different restaurant.
And we asked for escargot on the last one because we had escargot on the Dream, and we liked it so much because it's like buttery garlic. It's like 8 little holes on a tray, and then they put each snail in. And I didn't think I was going to like it, and it was my first time. It was so good.
I'll try anything.
And so this one, we said we would like escargot every night, except for the night we went to Palo. We didn't do that. But they had it for us every night. And they'll go to the other restaurants just to get it for you. But they even thanked us for letting them know at the beginning, ahead of time, so that they would have it ready. So they're really awesome with that. And hopefully the non-Disney cruises are just like that as well.
They'll also have like sandwich places. You can get ice cream places still on the cruise. Also pizza. So there's a lot of healthy and snack food options on a Disney cruise.
And Dis Life of Ours, they're going this November on the Fantasy, and next November on Norwegian for Thanksgiving. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's very cool.
That's
I
what
work
she was
retail,
saying.
so unfortunately
we were on the same ship.
Yeah, I work retail, so those are busier times. So it's hard for me to get away.
So we went on a Dream was Halloween time
in September,
which they do the Halloween tree. It slowly comes alive throughout the 3 nights that we did, And then this fantasy next year we're gonna do Christmas. So I'm, pretty what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think.
I don't know.
Curious on what they're gonna do for
Christmas event.
Yeah, Christmas time.
So another thing which is similar, there's different levels of cost depending if you want to go value, moderate, or deluxe. Disney has a concierge, and that is, I didn't even look at the prices, you're talking about thousands of dollars. But again, there's different levels of cost that you can go. So if you want to consider it on a budget, you can do that too. Walt Disney World offers behind-the-scene tours with cooking and drinking classes. So there is so much to do on Disney property. We've done a lot of tours ourselves. Was that number 3 for me on the burp? On a Disney cruise ship, you also have chances to do behind-the-scenes stuff too. They'll have they normally do them on sea days, but they'll have mixology classes. On some of them, you can go behind the scenes, with walking where the galley is, the cooking galley. They also have, where are you laughing? They also have
it's the conversation.
They
Robert and the twins.
Yeah, I told you. You can also tour the ship. They'll have you do that. So there's different tours available that you can do. We talked about they are both expensive. So no matter which one you choose, you're not looking for something which is budget. They're going to be expensive. Both have self-laundry service. So it's good to plan whether you're at a Disney World resort or if you're on a cruise ship. They have self-laundry, which is really beneficial to help out with, so you don't have to, you can put more souvenirs in your luggage. You also can use your room key to charge to the room, whether it's the band.
Well, like us, we pack the kitchen sink and the kitchen and everything, so we need an extra bag for our souvenirs.
We dressed up for Pirate Night, and we had an extra bag just because of our
we thought
outfit.
we'd have enough room, but we went all out.
You can also use the Disney gift cards on the Disney cruise as well as in Walt Disney World, which is really helpful. Greg talked about it, they both celebrate the holidays. So they celebrate Halloween and they celebrate Christmas. Sorry, I was reading what my notes is on it. So if you want to go to experience holidays on either one, that's really cool. So any of the comments that you want to share before we go into the differences?
Bob and Ashley are talking about ship tours are always cool. Excuse me. Robert Brandt, he said, I like self-laundry. You never know what going to be dirty ahead of time. So I was thinking of Forrest Gump. You never know what you're gonna get. So our friends took advantage of that. We didn't do it, but on the last cruise, they were doing laundry. We're like, why are you doing laundry? And they said, oh, because we wanted to. So I guess we
didn't even know they had laundry.
Yeah, they weren't gonna clean their clothes. And I'm sorry, there's no way I can't clean my clothes when I get back, regardless if you do it on the ship or not. I'm still gonna redo them when I get back. So. When we do like a 2-week where you do the parks and the cruise, so we usually tend to use the parks laundromat there and have our clothes like we did at Pop Century the last 2 times we were there, and that's pretty helpful. So
the hardest thing is, depending on what season you go to, is you almost have to. We did back-to-back. We did it in Walt Disney World, and then we went on a cruise. You can't always wear the same, depending on the year, you can't always wear the same clothing. Awesome. So that made it a little bit hard for us at the times of the year that we went. But other than that, it was awesome just to do both, experience both.
So Disney Life of Ours said that yes, the whole cruise is Christmas themed. We will bake cookies, make gingerbread houses, and they're so excited. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to doing all of that and much more.
Yeah. So, you want to talk about? I'm not sure what the conversation is. All right. So these are some of the differences between a Disney
Bob and Ashley
cruise and a Disney a Disney cruise and the park. So, when you're on Walt Disney World property, you are immersed in total Disney theme. I mean, it is a huge world. But
your back, legs, everything is sore by the end of the night.
But meaning that you stay on property, you're going in a Disney hotel, you can take the Disney shuttle over to the parks, you're totally protected, and you're in the 43 square miles of Disney property, and you feel really protected. You feel, like you're in Disney. The Disney experience on a cruise ship is a little bit different because you're on a Disney ship, which is like at a Disney park or a Disney hotel, but then you go into the real world, and it's in the mind. It's easy to think, okay, like it's kind of funny. We went to Nassau.
Hey, Cargo Sparrow, thank you for
Hey,
joining
Cargo.
us.
We went to Nassau, and Greg and I we got ourselves so hyped up. We actually were like,
Don't like Nassau very much.
we were
sorry.
scared, which was kind of funny
Yeah,
when we
keep
think
your wallets
when we
and
think
purses
about it now.
and everything, to your side, because
Yeah.
we've heard stories.
We like little mice running around, but it's just feeling more comfortable. But the difference is you're protected when you're immersed on the Disney, but then you actually have to go out into the real world when you get to the port. So that's a little bit different. You just have to be cautious. You got to be aware. But some of them are the islands that you land on. It's not always the safest ones. But as long as you're smart, stick to Disney Disney excursions. If you're on a Disney cruise, you'll be fine. You'll be safe. Walt Disney World is a lot farther to travel to the park's destination. So that means getting up early. So if you want to go at park opening, which we do, we get up at...
Hey, more sunshine, please. Thanks for coming on here.
He says it's buffering, so hopefully we'll get this corrected. If you're on Walt Disney property, you have to get up early, which means what we normally do is we get up as soon as we can. Like say the park opens at 9, we'll get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. We'll go down to the food court. We'll get on the bus transportation, get to the park, and we're there by the time the park opens at, say, 9 o'clock. So then we're there all day. So say the park closes at 9 o'clock. We come home. We might go to the food court, but we're in bed probably by 10:30, and then we start the whole process. So it's a very long day, a lot of walking. It takes a while for you to get where you need to go. On a Disney cruise, which was kind of
contained in one unit, basically.
So we were like, okay, we got to go.
It's more relaxing, actually.
Anywhere you need to go, you're there probably within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
Unless
Tracy, thank you for showing up. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. Have a good night.
So that's the big difference. Yeah, we're over an hour, so we'll try to wrap this up as soon as we can. So you're there wherever you need to go in 5 to 10 minutes. It's a lot more laid back atmosphere. In Walt Disney World, there's so many things to see and places to eat that you can't do it all in a week. It's impossible to do it in a week. On a Disney cruise, you might not be able to see every activity that they offer in a day because some of them are at the same time, but you can definitely see the entire ship and relax in the meantime.
We didn't get to see the entire ship the last 2 times, really,
We
either.
did on the Magic.
The Dream, we didn't see even half of the ship. The Magic, we did see a lot more. I actually saw more than I should have because I actually went into it's like a private area where all I wanted to do was wash my hands, and there was a door that was locked. And I thought you could use your key, and it wasn't working. So then another guy came by and went in there, and I just followed him in there, and I'm just washing my hands like it's nothing. And the nice, guest service cast member, she said, "Sir," and I looked up at her, and she said, "This is a private party." And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I just washed my hands really quick.
It was a concierge lounge.
Yeah, it was a concierge lounge. So I just left, but I just thought, wow, they don't really have much in there to eat. We have a lot more than they do. So, but I saw that, and then they had like one of their back door areas open where you could see the corridors in between the ships where like the cast members would go into. And they noticed it and heard it been closed it, but they have stairs and all kinds of stuff in there, so it's kind of cool to see that the behind the scenes a little bit.
Another thing which is cool is a Disney cruise has rotational dining, which means again you go to a different restaurant every night. You'll go to a different restaurant, but some of them are a little bit of the same. In Walt Disney World, you basically select where you want to go. So the cool thing is with the cruise, your staff will always follow you unless you go to a upgraded restaurant. Your staff will always follow you, and that's really cool. Cruises have a Facebook page, so we join all of our Facebook ones, whether it's Disney or the other ones.
Yeah, somebody will open it up, and you have to look for the date of your cruise, and the type of cruise, the name of it, and you can usually find the page there. We're included in 3 pages now: the Bliss, the one in next September, and also the Fantasy. So you get to know people that are going on the cruise, maybe meet them. They usually kind of meet in the main area of the ship, the main staircase. So
Depends
it's pretty,
where each
it's
group
pretty
would do.
cool though to
Yeah.
meet people.
So with that, you can set up your fish extenders. Fish extenders basically
Hey,
are
welcome
kind of
back,
like
Rob.
they're like a prize, the fish extenders. So you put them on, there's a little outside of the door, there's a fish kind of like a knob, like a doorknob, that hanging thing. And you put, I did a little one, Rob, that was for you.
I burped at least once for you, Rob.
And you can put all the cabins that are linked to it. They will.
Whoa, don't knock that drink over.
They will. You can put presents into it for the other group, so it's really fun. They also do, like, some of them do ornaments exchange and some of them do magnet exchange, but that's all done through the Facebook group. And it's not done like that in Disney World. So it's more of a family atmosphere and more of a social atmosphere on a cruise, which is really cool. Was it Cargo that said, what are we drinking?
Robert Brandt said drink.
It was
so a
Corona Rita, which we had it in that. So this was to honor
These are
our
really
first
cool.
one.
They like hold your Corona in there.
Just,
so we had to order them, but they're really cool.
So the last thing is...
if you knock the drink over, then you're cut off. It's him, not me.
In tipping. Tipping is big. Like in Walt Disney World, when you tip, and I'm thinking more of in the hotel, we usually give like $5 or $10, depending on how long that we stay in there. In most cases, we don't have them clean our rooms, so it's just the final night that they'll come in and or in the morning. So it's like
they clean our rooms in the cruise?
No, Walt Disney World.
Oh.
In Walt Disney World, I might have said the cruise. Walt Disney World.
I thought you were talking about the cruise.
We don't usually have them come in on a cruise. They're going to come in several times. The difference is on a cruise is you think about how the workers are. They give up so much. First of all, they have like 6-month contracts. They work long hours. I think they work like 6 days a week, maybe even 7. I know some cruise lines do it a little bit different. They work long hours. And
they're always happy.
And they're away from their family.
Yeah.
So look at the sacrifice that they do just to make our cruise ship exciting and something to remember. We usually tip more than what they give. And some people get upset that Disney automatically, and a lot of cruises do this, they charge you automatically, depending, like per person, per night, per cruise. We usually give them even more than that, just because some people, get upset about it, but I think they earn it. And I don't know, it's just maybe it's our nature just to give more, to be thankful for it. And, so we like to do it. But it's a difference to me, like when you are tipping on a cruise ship, you do tip a lot more. You tip the porter, you do a lot of tipping, which you don't necessarily have to do in Walt Disney World on property. But to me, you build a bigger relationship with the cast members on the ship than you do on the in Walt Disney World property.
Thank you, Rob. He said you guys are so nice. And More Sunshine, please, said go full Disney and drink without the straws. If you drink with a straw, though,
and it's plastic,
you get drunk faster. So
I don't think I want to get drunk faster.
Well, I'm not getting drunk faster, but I'm just saying that's what happens. And then Brittany Lockwood said, I'm thinking about doing a fish extender. If not, then I plan to decorate my door. We've actually decorated the door twice now.
That's one of our magnets.
Yeah,
if you can see
you
it.
can't really see.
You can probably see it better.
No, you can't. Yeah.
Anchors away. Anchors away.
So we decorate the doors. The first trip we did on the Dream ship was decorated, and then because I like Halloween so much, it was September, I think we went.
We went like September 20th or something.
Yeah,
like that.
So Derek actually surprised me and actually had it decorated inside for Halloween, where you can add these, different packages on your cruise, and they had like magnets hanging from the ceiling and stuff. It was really cool. And then we also, on this last Disney cruise on the Magic, we did more magnets and used some of the old ones. But Do you want to say the website that we usually order from?
There's several that we went through.
But the main one.
The main one was it was Golf Breeze Production.
Well, no, I mean the actual website.
Oh, Etsy.
Yeah.
Etsy.
So Etsy.com, where they have different people sell their magnets that they make for you. Some of them are self-print. I did a Tigger one where I didn't know it was self-print, but it came out pretty good. I actually cut, along the whiskers and stuff to make it look more cooler and stuff. And you just laminate them, and it came out really nice. But we had a lot of them made. Some are pricier than others. You can go on Amazon, and you can order magnets that way. So I got a really nice 2018 Walt Disney World one that was actually plastic and had different sections with different pieces of the rides and attractions. So it was really cool.
Yeah, and a lot of people we've noticed in Walt Disney World, they decorate their rooms, the windows. You'll see Disney stuff.
Oh yeah, the Walt Disney World.
Pretty cool. Jim from More Sunshine Please made a comment about tipping cruise lines or something like that.
Where are we at?
I think it's down there.
More Sunshine Please?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I don't know everybody by their first name. I just know them by their screen names. So I will try to work on that. So Jim said, cruise lines, adding the tips to the cost takes the stress out of that process. One less thing to worry about. Brittany said cruise ship workers work 7 days a week with no days off, but they do get some hours off. Yeah, we actually saw some people get off the ship, some of the cast members, and they actually get to go and explore a little bit as well. And then they just go back on the ship and do their job. But we've actually made some friends. We have one from the Disney Dream and one from the Magic. They're actually on our Facebook as friends, and we follow them. So it's pretty cool. And the Magic, they usually go overseas during our summer because it's a lot cooler for them on that side of the world, and then they'll come back over here when it cools down.
Yep. So I think that we've been on for a lot longer than I thought we would be.
But it's
thank
been
you guys
fun.
Thank you for watching. I want to thank all of our moderators. If you guys haven't checked our moderators out, everyone that you could tell because they have a little wrench by it. They help us so much. These are channels that really there's such a big family. I don't want to call out other people because
everybody's evenly appreciated and awesome.
We watch so many different Disney channels. We watch so many different cruising channels.
You're welcome, Paul.
And but you guys check them out because they are great channels. we support them. We probably support and push more for other people than we even do for ourselves. But why are you laughing? But so guys, check them out. Again, thank you for coming,
that's real cool.
Watching our show. Our next week's show is going to go back to a Disney one. I know we're going to be releasing...
Cargo keeps saying, down my drink. Okay, I'll try.
We're going to be releasing the Bugs Land, Farewell to the Bugs Land, which we hadn't originally planned to do it, but thanks to Rob Fuzz, he said we should release it earlier. So we're going to release the Bugs Land Farewell video this week. And then we're also going to be discussing about it on next week's Disney Park show. And we're also going to be discussing who was that? Is that Sherry Sikus on the very end? And then we're also going to be discussing our favorite rides that are the same rides. I can't see it. Our favorite
Bombs Rocks?
I can't. I don't have my glasses.
No, Bombs Rocks is the name.
Oh, awesome.
They can't wait to cruise with us. Oh, that's awesome.
I'm like, now I got distracted.
Sorry, go ahead.
So first part is Bugs Land, and the second part is our favorite rides of the same rides in Walt Disney World to Disneyland Resort. So Pirates of the Caribbean in Disneyland Resort compared to the Pirates of the Caribbean of Walt Disney World. We still don't know how many rides they're going to be, but there's several because in Disney World they're in different parks, and in Disneyland Resort they're in different parks than what they might match up to be. So that's going to be next week's show for our Disney one.
And whoops, sorry. For those that don't know, I opened up an Instagram for us, D&G Explorers. So I'm trying to explore. with Instagram, I'm not quite sure how it all works, but I notice a lot of different people are following us, so I don't know if it's kind of like one person sees one and another person sees it, and it kind of goes out more that way, different than Facebook. But anyone that's been on there and has liked our pictures and everything, we both really appreciate it. If you want to put the word out, we appreciate it. Also, we have our Facebook of D&G Explorers, and if we also have our own Facebook. So if you want to friend us, I think our actual names are on our D&G Explorers Facebook, and then if you want to friend us on our personal page, you can do that. We can kind of swap ideas and go over how you guys film, or what ideas that you might have, or just talk about different things of Disney and anything else. So a couple people have friended us, which is cool. So anybody else, feel free to do that too. More friends are better. So
Cargo, I completely agree with you. It'd be fun to do a group cruise, or join us on our December 7th, 2019 cruise with port
plenty
calls
of time.
Cozumel, Grand Caymans, Jamaica, and Castaway Cay.
See, I don't know how you memorize all that. I don't even know half the time where we're going. I just go with the flow and have fun. I mean, I know it's a safe bet. We're always going to Castaway Cay, so that's fun. But other than that, I'm just kind of go with the flow. I look it up, but then I just forget about it because I have so much that I'm doing. But we're looking forward to a lot of fun. These trips coming up. And then he's looking forward to like 20 something for other parks. So that's a little too far for me. But thank you, Tom, Henry. And I think we're going to go ahead and,
we're good.
And stop for now.
More than we thought.
Thank you very
Yes,
much,
thank
everybody.
You guys, remember, if you want a good cruising channel, Traveling with Bruce with 2 L's. Good show. He does a lot of stuff every day.
And Rob Fuzz, he had a live show today, so if you want to check that out if you weren't able to watch it.
Everyone who's on here with a channel, they are awesome channels. So thank you guys so much. Hope to see you next week, and remember, as Walt Disney says,
we are just getting
started.
Have
Bye,
a good
guys.
night.
Bye,
Thank
Explorers.
you.
Thank you so much.